everyone, and welcome to your January 2026 transmission. My name is Xenia, and welcome to Garden of the Imaginal. This is my multimedia Substack where I share transmissions at the top of the month and the top of the year, along with writings, musings, and all kinds of surprises throughout the year. So, before we dive in, I just want to let you know that it is the very last day to sign up for Becoming the Mage, which is a vision boarding workshop where we embody the archetype of the year, the magician. And 2026 is a year that supports change, new beginnings, deep kinds of magic. So this container uses our creative energy along with this beautiful potion crafted just for this occasion by Seiwan of Sunsong to tell the universe exactly what our desires and wishes are so we can call in a crystal clear signal and bring that into fruition for the year ahead. And on January 2nd to March 31st, we have our third season of Inner Sanctum, which is a seasonal membership that helps us ground our magic into reality. It's a place for gentle accountability, clarity, intention setting, witnessing, and it's also a place to build and refine skills with three amazing guest teachers. And we're going to be focusing on devotion and discipline for sensitive people. So I'll add those links to the notes below. And I hope to see you at one of those containers. Let's get into January. And if you haven't seen the 2026 year ahead, it was pretty long. So I'm going to try and keep this one a little bit more concise. The energy for January of 2026 is possibility and potential. We are being called to make choices, make clear declarations, to experiment with wielding our power intentionally. It's like the audition month for being the mage. There's a ton of planets in Capricorn in the beginning of the month, and directed, focused intention is so important. This message that I'm pulling through comes from a practice I have of divination called bibliomancy, where you use a book as a divinatory tool. The book I use and have been using for a long time because it's been stunningly accurate for me and also clients is the Book of Stones by Robert Simmons, Naisha Asyan, with contributions by Hazel Raven. Came across this book in a crystal shop in the East Village like 10 years ago. And it's just a remarkable messenger. So every month when we tune into this stone, what we get is a flavor of the energy. And clear quartz was the stone for January. Clear quartz is known for its programmability, meaning its adaptability. It holds the program and memory and frequency of whatever you program into it. It's also an amplifier. So it takes your magic or intention or energy and multiplies it. And it sends that message out in through the Earth's electromagnetic field and holds it for you like a transmitter. It's also known to magnify whatever is in your environment or whatever is in your emotional environment. And it's also a stone that is worked with for clearing, cleansing, healing, and memory enhancement. There's some really interesting things about this stone. It's called quartz from the Greek word for ice because it was believed to be water that was frozen so hard it could never thaw. And the thing I find most interesting is that in both Australia and South America, Native and Indigenous peoples describe their creation myths as the image of the cosmic serpent, progenitor of all life, being led and guided by quartz crystal. So there's a lot of mythical magic in quartz. Because it's so versatile and multidimensional, it's really supporting a month of having clear goals, of not being afraid to declare what you want and going for it and holding that shape. And I think maybe this is the Aquarius rising in me. It's a really good month to practice returning to your frequency, setting your frequency every morning, setting it over and over again, not grasping in a rigid way, but resetting your energy body every morning and every evening. It's a great month to practice whatever rituals you have that connect you to the earth. It's a great month to practice affirmations. If you do practices like EFT, any mindfulness meditation, anything that allows you to hold a frequency in a very clear way, be a clear transmitter of a specific frequency, it's a great month to practice that because it helps us hold a pattern. And I think that all year long, from all the other stones, if you've been following along, the last 3 months were really about us learning to become comfortable with our power, to clarify our motives. And so this is the month where we're like, okay, I feel really clear. I trust that whatever is coming through me can be for the highest good of all. Let me set this intention. Let me hold this shape. Let me see what happens. It is a stone that's also used for healing, consciousness expansion, chakra opening, communication with guides, interdimensional travel, prosperity. You can even program it to increase the power of imagination about our intentions. So, individuals eager to use clear quartz to make things happen are cautioned that all such manifestations have their first and strongest effects on the person using the crystal. So, any negative intentions will inevitably boomerang on oneself. So, as I was reading the description of this stone, I was really called to clear all the stones, to remember that clear quartz is known for actually picking up more debris than other stones because it's so programmable. So that's kind of a metaphor for us. What have we picked up? What do we need to clear? This is a good month to do rituals of cleansing, taking salt baths. If you're someone who likes to do cold plunges, doing something like that could be really wonderful. If you want to just do a ritual bath in the shower, where you're a spiritual bath, where you create a bath and then pour it over your head. If you want to cleanse with smoke, all those kinds of purification rituals will set you up and prepare you to then hold the clear signal. It's a stone that also helps us to amplify and clear the meridians in our physical body. And when I think about this stone, the word that comes, it's clear quartz, right? It's clarity, clarity, clarity. We've been in a year of 2025 that's had a lot of confusion, nebulous feelings, and dissolution. And it feels like this January, we have the opportunity to slough off the fog that we might be feeling, that fuzziness and nebulous feeling that we have been carrying, and also maybe fear of being clear, maybe fear of choosing, and to have the courage to get it down on paper in a clear way. This is my intention for January. This is what I'm wishing for. This is what I'm playing with. So that is, yeah, that is the energy. It's a month of decluttering. It's a month of getting crystal clear. And so now I'll share with you a little bit about the messages from the tarot. So for what we were calling in, the cards that we pulled were the World reversed and the Hierophant reversed. And from this other deck, I used Truth and Integrity. I work with the Aquarian Tarot, and I also work with these two angel and dolphin decks that I love because they kind of round out the intensity that the tarot can sometimes hold. And the message is, as we start a new cycle, we release our worldly accolades, put down the pedestals, teachings, teachers, and foundational assumptions. We are clearing space for something totally new to land. Our truth and integrity leave us naked. No one above us, no one below us. And instead, we are reminded of how, in the eyes of the divine, we are always naked. As we are stripped bare of our worldly signifiers, we are asked what it is we relate to, who we are, at our very core and essence. Who is it that we wish to be? We are given a chance to reinvent the program, reinvent the wheel, and begin again. Will we take it? So this is not about us being like losing an award or something like that. It's us realizing that these things that we've been taught tell us who we are don't really matter. And having the courage to understand who we are in the eyes of our own hearts, in the eyes of the divine, in the eyes of those we love the most. Like, who are we really? And so there's this moment of surrendering what we thought we fought so hard for and realizing that's not really what makes us valuable. That we don't have to cling so hard to keep it because it was never what made us lovable. It's always been something deeper, always been something more innate. We were clearing out the 7 of Cups reversed and the 8 of Cups reversed. And then the angel card was manifestation. So interesting, right? The 7 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Cups reversed, and then manifestation. Dear one, my darling, I know it's hard to walk away from the things you were once in a relationship with for so long, dreams you held onto because they gave you hope for something better than you were able to experience at the time. But holding on to hope is no longer necessary. You are ready to build a bridge to a reality that you have always wanted to live in. First, you must give up your fantasies, the belief that you must save everyone before yourself, the belief that you need saving at all. You are being asked to release what you worked so hard to manifest and actually clear space for something sparkling, true, and clear to emerge. Will you say yes? So there's kind of a reiteration of the first message. We are being called to let go of things we know we've outgrown, even though we love them, even though we worked hard for them, even though we're proud of them and other people maybe know us for them. We're being asked to let go so that something that's bigger than what the caterpillar version of us could imagine in this metaphor that I've been working with for the past couple years of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. The caterpillar digests itself in order to become the butterfly. And the parts of the butterfly that remember what they're going to be with no evidence are called imaginal cells. And those imaginal cells are at first attacked by the caterpillar. And then eventually the caterpillar, as it dissolves, starts to join the butterfly project. So I'm bringing this up because this is the moment we're in. It's like we might actually feel like we're totally failing right before the big transformation is happening. And that's because the things we were told make us who we are suddenly we realize they're not as important as we were taught they were. A tool or practice to support you. We got the Knight of Rods or Wands, the Hanged Man, and Dreams. The Knight of Rods or Wands, the Hanged Man, and Dreams. When you do something, immerse yourself in it. When it is time to act, focus, take action, move forward, do not second guess. When it is time to commiserate with your guides, be in the void, connect with the mystic and the mage within. Tap in, release the chores and the doing, and simply sit in that plane. When it is time to rest, to dream, to be in the astral, do that. Do one thing at a time. As you learn to focus your energy and attention, you will regain strength and use less effort and energy to accomplish more. So the suggestion is clarity, clarity, clarity. A lot of us, especially because of our culture of these phones, have learned to do like 3 or 4 things at a time, but half do them. So we're always kind of working, but we're never kind of working. We're always hanging out with our loved ones, but we're never really present with our loved ones. This is a month we're learning how to focus our energy and attention. And I know I have a lot of neurodivergent community members, and I also have a very wide attention span and a very short attention span. So this is not something to beat ourselves up about. It's just a practice. What happens when we hold our focus? What are the little ways you can practice being present with what's in front of you to be fully engaged and immersed? Maybe it's just really enjoying a song or really enjoying your food or putting your phone away when you're sitting with your friend having coffee. Make it easy, make it small, but see what happens when you practice focusing on one thing at a time. And lastly, a message from our guides. We got the Five of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Cups, and nature. And this is a big theme. I was just talking to everyone in Inner Sanctum about how I really think that engineered, created false scarcity and the feeling that we aren't enough, this is the major programming we are all slowly shaking out of. And it is so impactful to realize this is not true, even when it feels true. This is the message from the guides. You are so blessed, one with wide open heart. You have no shortage of inspiration, no shortage of empathy, no shortage of compassion, of connection, of love. Do not be fooled by those who seek to constantly draw your attention towards what you do not have. This is a fundamental lie. Nature constantly reminds you of how supported you are. Commune with nature, walk under the stars, smell fresh flowers, drink the leaves of the trees, let water flow over you, let the clouds show you who you are, let the wind whip in your hair. Dear child of God, universe, if you like that word better, child of nature, steward of heart, there has never been a single thing you have ever lacked. There has never been a door not open to you. Reclaim your attention. Focus on what you know is here. The divine is always here. You are it, and it is you, and it is everything. I'm not a big fan of denying what's difficult and challenging in the world. I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's honest. I think it's dismissive. And it speaks to capitalism's desire to have us be functional over being human. But I do feel there is a doorway into something really magical opening in 2026 that begins in January. So, what could happen if you start to tap into that feeling that you are everything and everything is you, that you are so connected to everything in creation? What would happen if you set that frequency, set that intention, tuned into that perception as often as possible so that you could remember how much is there to support you in the unseen realms and in the visible realms in nature? What would happen if you tune out of the conversation of focusing on lack and tuned into the antenna that you have that connects you to the cosmos and all that it wants to offer you? That's the invitation for January. So I will be sharing a workbook with these messages written in it, a tarot spread for the Cancer full moon and the Capricorn new moon, and January's new and full moons. And that will be for all of those of you who are supporting me as paid subscribers. It really helps me grow this work and continue to share and channel these messages for you. And thank you so much for being part of this community. If you wanted to join Becoming the Mage or Inner Sanctum, the links are below. There's also a sneak peek link into my new offering that will be for the first quarter of the year called Time Study. That one is not a beginner offering, kind of a more advanced experience for those of you who are really interested in exploring non-linear time or seeing time in a very expansive way. And so those links will be below. I hope you enjoy the workbook. Enjoy being the magician that you are. I'm so grateful for you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.